Hey there, Internet Land. Okay, so I figure while I am finishing the final touches on this little customized rhinestoned I Love Lucy purse, I figured I kind of wanted to talk today about the first time that I went to go get diagnosed with ADHD, or rather, the first time I went to go get my ADHD diagnosed. It did not happen. Yeah. Okay, so let's start there. I went in, I had no idea what was wrong with me. I just knew that something was wrong with me. I was 19 years old and I had gotten promoted at work and everything was going so awesome, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't deal with the new pressure, the new deadlines, the new business plans, the new making a schedule every week. Oh my gosh, how do people do that? Okay, right? So now I'm a grown up and I'm on Adderall and I see, oh, it's supposed to be that easy. Okay, so yeah. But anyway, back to the story. No, I don't have ADHD at all. Not at all. No. Okay, so I was 19. I was working at Best Buy and I had gotten promoted and I had new responsibilities. I had all sorts of stuff and I was crashing under all of it, all of the pressure. I was a grown-up now and I had a full-time job and an apartment and bills, and I realized that I have absolutely no executive function. Now, I know these words for it now. I did not know these words for it then. So what I did was I went into a doctor. Now, I had only at this point had my pediatrician because I was 18, 19 years old. So, I found a new doctor. I literally just found one that would take my insurance, right? And I went to him. Turns out this guy was a dermatologist. That was his primary thing. He did Botox injections. I did not need Botox injections. I needed somebody with, a keen awareness of the DSM. Although, to be fair, my actual symptoms of ADHD wouldn't have shown up in the DSM at that time. This was, 20 years ago. I'm old. Sorry, got distracted there for a second. It happens to us oldies, So, anyway, he was a dermatologist. He had no idea what he was doing, really. And when I told him my symptoms, or I kind of just stumbled out a list of things that were driving me absolutely crazy that I needed to address very badly, he diagnosed me with anxiety and gave me a lifelong Xanny. Yeah, I won't say problem because I don't have a problem with him. I never have. He prescribed me 30 a month so I could take one a day because he was not a great doctor, guys. I don't know. He might have been a good dermatologist. He might have been great for getting the wrinkles out. I should probably go see him now, lick him now. But he was not a great doctor. Diagnosed me with anxiety, sent me on my way, gave me so many of those little pills to take. Yep, so many. I kid you not. At the end of the year, I actually just had a bottle left over because I take them when I had what I was assuming was a panic attack. I don't know at this point if those were panic attacks or meltdowns or who knows? So hard to dissect the past, right? But it wasn't until years later, literally 17 years later, that I figured out that what was going on with me was ADHD, and I had a complete lack of executive function. And the reason why I did so well in childhood was because my parents stepped in as my executive function, and they made sure I got to places, and they made sure I did my homework, and they made sure I was at least basically hygienic, showers and clean clothes and the like. God, I am so bad at the adulting part of everything, though. I can't do it on my own very easily. I have to make lists. I have to use whiteboards. I have to take a medication to like balance out my levels up here and, make some sense of it. Yeah. It's just so fun, I swear to you. No. The first time I went to go get it diagnosed, I didn't know what I was trying to get diagnosed. I had no idea. And I didn't get it diagnosed. I didn't get it diagnosed until years later when there was a whole new DSM and my presentation was added, and I actually talked to a doctor about it specifically, addressing it as the problem, not anxiety that I need to keep treating with little bars that haven't really done anything to change me. I've been taking them since I was 20, 19, 20, 18. I don't remember, okay? See, my current problem is, that shortage that's going on. Oh yeah, I stepped down because my actual dosage was hard to obtain. So I stepped down to a lower dosage, and mind, she not working so well. I've got like 75% of the executive function that I need to be there, but I really could use the other 25% any day now. Yep, any day now. Yeah. So, but it's something that I think it was a lot harder to diagnose before, because they weren't looking at the whole picture. They didn't look at the daydreamers as, oh wait, that's some wiring that's wonky. Oh right, yeah, we should maybe address that. No, they didn't look at the daydreamers like that. They just made sure we passed, and as long as our parents were on our butts and we always turned in our homework that we did Sunday night right before school, and stayed up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and okay, look, I wasn't a good student, but I was valedictorian, so I mean, take from that what you will. I don't know what to do with it, but yeah, like, first time I went to a doctor, nothing. So I continued to live the first 17 years of my adult life just kind of floating through it, taking a pill when I was having a really bad day and my chest was feeling kind of tight. I now know that like my really bad days are usually trigger based, and my chest being kind of tight, it's got to do with a lot of other things, but it's not really a panic attack, not in the way that first doc told me. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of this video was, but I wanted to get it out there that the first time I tried to go and get my diagnosis, and again, I didn't know what I was trying to get diagnosed. I just figured he's a doctor, he's like gotta be smarter than me, right? So he's gonna tell me what's wrong with me. Oh, he did not tell me what's wrong with me. Okay, yeah, so sometimes you have to sort of figure out that what's wrong with yourself, or some chick on YouTube helps you figure out what's wrong with yourself. Thanks, How to ADHD, Jessica McCabe, again, thank you, you're the best. But yeah, like, it really sucks when the doctor that you go to isn't able to just tell you it's X, it's Y, it's Z. I mean, I faced this so much more later on in my life when I got really sick and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And they still never did figure out what was wrong with me. I just like miraculously recovered once I left that state and house and things. Yeah, so that's fine. But yeah, sometimes they can't tell you what's wrong with you. Sometimes you've got to do a little digging for yourself. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, the purse is done. So, peace out, my lovelies.